Alright guys, we're back for some ulti action. This time we've got Hiye versus Lefties. Hiye is going to be using a Gyarados Magnezone team. Almost looks like drag spam kind of, but obviously it's not. He only has one dragon. But he has two steals, a Clefable, a Gyarados, which is kind of like similar, and a Tangrowth, which seems to fit on those types of teams really well. And Lefties is using a Gengar, which is very, very cool. Gengar is an underrated threat, definitely. It's pretty dangerous, and looking at High's team, it definitely seems like a big problem. Lefties is gonna play it safe and pull a switch into his Landorus on that Volt Switch. I guess that Magnezone could have been Choppel, which is why I would have switched out Gengar, but I guess there's also potential that it might have been Scarf, even though I think, excuse me, Scarf Magnezone is just absolutely horrible. There's like objectively no reason to use it other like compared to Magneton. Like really Magneton is better in nearly every other scenario, but oh, we actually see sub, so this thing may not actually have Focus Blast. It may just be yeah, maybe sub, Hex Wisp, Sludge Bomb, or Taunt. I'd say Sludge Bomb. But it is Scarf, yuck. Oh, and it is Focus Blast, so maybe it's just sub 3 attacks and yuck. That Focus Blast Magnezone is gone. And I'm definitely happy about that. Man, I hate Scarf Magnezone. It's just such a bad set. Anyway, we see Hiye go into his Jirachi. This thing, what would it be? I'm not really sure. I mean, man, I must be playing too much Black and White or DVP, because for a second I was thinking that it actually took neutral from this Shadow Ball, but obviously, even then, like, I feel like Jirachi is bulky enough to live, and Hiye is double Scarf and uses U-turn on the Gengar. Oh my god, it's over. Lefties, yeah, Lefties wasn't expecting a double Scarf. Oh my god. So Hiye tried to catch Lefties scouting for the double Scarf, and he's just gonna get destroyed by this Gengar. Jesus Christ. This, oh my god, yeah. This is... Hiye is just gonna get destroyed, absolutely destroyed. Lefties has a Tangrowth to very, very comfortably take on that Gyarados, which ends up coming into the Shadow Ball. Oh, actually substitutes, man, holy shit. How... Lefties is unstoppable, oh my god. My goodness. So, oh my god. He just, yeah, there is a Sludge Bomb, so it is Sludge Bomb. Focus Blast, sub, yeah, sub, Shadow Ball, Focus Blast, Sludge Bomb. So, we saw it did 49, so it might not actually kill. And considering that this Gyarados is a Mega, especially if it Megas on a Sludge Bomb, it'll definitely live that. So, I feel like it's in Lefty's best interest, excuse me, to switch to his Tangrowth right here, as he just stays in and substitutes. I guess that works too if you want to stay in with Gengar and know what's gonna happen, but honestly I feel like Tangrowth was still an overall better play. Like, you just get, like, now you have the risk of Focus Blast miss, and you lost unnecessary health on that turn, when you can just have gone to the Tangrowth, gotten the helmet damage, ensured that this thing was going to be in range of Sludge Bomb and everything. And okay, hold on guys, this chat is going crazy over ICT versus Carlu, which is Slam Finals. I was watching this before this started. Nice interjection. What happened? Acrobatics versus the Cottony, wow. Yeah, Acrobatics Manfu is pretty cool. And nasty block Drogung, ouch, that looks dangerous. Anyway, Hiye is taking his time, so we're gonna move over to the more interesting game. That did absolutely nothing. Jesus Christ. Does he drop it? I mean, Draco, Sludge Ball, yeah, I don't know, Draco, non-stab Draco is kind of, yeah, but, what does IC beat this thing with, actually? Acrobatics Manfu? He definitely looks weak to Krogunk, actually. Definitely, yeah, Acrobatics Manfu. Oh, there's the Focus Blast miss. This is exactly why I said Lefties should have gone to his Tangrowth. Yeah, I definitely disagree with the play of subbing and then going for Focus Blast. I just feel it's overall safer to just go into Tang. Like, it really is just... I don't know why he didn't do that, but we do see him U-turn, and it lives the U-turn, but he can just go to Tangrowth, not a problem. Onyx comes in on this Mianfu, which baton pass, Jesus Christ. ICT is on fire. Magnemite comes in on this Onyx, most likely Scarf. Man. I mean, Onyx is faster than Magneton if it's not Scarf. I don't know. This has to be a Scarf Magneton. Tangrowth comes in on the Gyarados Ice Fang. Okay, and it's not Helmet. Oh, so it's AV, so that might explain. I mean, I still think Tangrowth was the best play, but yeah, that might maybe why he wasn't so immediately inclined to go to Tangrowth. You see the Clefable get rocks on this Rachi. Rachi can probably throw up. Oh, it actually Body Slam. That's a Helmet Tang. Maybe, ow, it is rocks. Okay, so he loses his Lefties to a critical hit knockoff. So this Rachi is pretty much out of picture, honestly. Like, I feel like Hiye has somehow, like, created a position where he can get back in this. Even though, like, Lefties look to be in such a dominating position earlier on. We see the knock on the Clefable, which has already been knocked off, so... And yeah, this thing lost its Assault Vest, so... And this Jirachi does not have its leftovers. So yeah, this Clefable is actually looking really, really dangerous. Like, obviously when Lefties had his Gengar and his Jirachi around, it wasn't really looking that big of a threat, but now it just looks like a huge problem, and as you can see, Lefties has really no way to break through Hiye's Tangrowth plus his Clefable. Like, I feel like this is another example of just, like, a thrown away game. Like, obviously that Focus Blast miss sucked, but he honestly had no reason to risk it. Diancie is definitely the only thing that can, like, possibly break Hiye's team, but even, like, because Diamond Storm, like, depends on the investments of the Clefable and stuff like that, but I mean, obviously Hiye also has this Jirachi, and it's just, oh, there's a crit, so that's definitely going to help Lefties. He does just straight protect on an Iron Head. I mean, Iron Head was pretty obvious right there, and honestly, that's a Scarf Lando, so honestly I don't even see why Lefties would have to worry about what he does. I mean, why Hiye would have to worry about what Lefties switches to right here. As he just go to Tank. I mean, I guess this is fine. Because, yeah, I guess he could have doubled, honestly. But Clefable is just like a safe switching in Tangrowth, and Jirachi just taking that knockoff I just completely disagree with. You needed that leftovers on Jirachi to actually beat this Clefable, and yeah, see, look, this Jirachi is pretty much dead. And I just absolutely disagree with this series of plays. Lefties is literally making no progress by making these plays with the Tang and the Jirachi. Like, he's just not making any progress. I don't understand how he's gonna win this. I feel like letting that Jirachi take that knockoff and staying in with Gengar on that Gyarados is just a mistake. It's honestly how I feel. As Hiye lets it take a Diamond Storm, and it does look like it 2 KOs, but honestly that's not that horrible for Hiye. As long as he can find an opportunity to heal up on something. Oh, he didn't HP Fire. That would have been... Oh, HP Fire would have been absolutely perfect right there. Leftiez just protects again on the Iron Head. See, the thing is, Jirachi kind of pressures in that Tang, and that Tang is something Hiye can recover his Clef on. Leftiez just go to his Jirachi in case Hiye wants to try to pull a double switch, and Hiye just straight Iron Head. So I think like Leftiez has a shot now that this Clef is weakened, but like it still looks pretty bad. And yeah, this Tangrowth itself is just looking dangerous. This also kind of really pressures Leftiez to just go to his own Tang, and he just, I don't know, maybe Moonblast kills from this range. He actually goes to his Keldeo. Keldeo is also very, very strong. Tang doesn't actually take its hits super well, although it can take them, but then again, Hiye does have that Latios. It actually switches into an Icy Wind. The thing is, if Hiye just lets this Laddie die, he can just go to his Clef, recover up, and I feel like he pretty much just wins at that point on. So I feel like Hiye's best play is honestly just Roost or to attack. Honestly, I feel like either is fine, but I feel like Roost is slightly better because you can just force the situation again and again. But I'm sure attacking is also fine. He actually sacks his Gyarados as he does just stand. So I guess he gets the best of both worlds right there. I feel like, I guess that works too, because honestly, actually though, I feel like if Leftiez did double right, oh, it's Endeavor Diancie. There we go, hot. Oh my god, Endeavor Diancie is actually an extremely, extremely cool set. Yeah, I've seen Ban Manaphy use this on ladder. I've seen Obliviate. Obliviate's also telling me about this, and yeah, Endeavor Diancie is an extremely cool set, and obviously that kind of saves his ass right there. Man, if he didn't have that, this would be like completely over. But then again, I don't know if Leftiez can still win. If this was Scarf Killed, I'd feel pretty. Actually, that Tangrowth, I don't know. That Tangrowth still looks really, really dangerous. This Clef is obviously dead now, but actually, I think it could theoretically recover up on Tang itself. But this, yeah, Clef is faster than Tang, right? I'm pretty confident that's true. Wait, actually, no, Tang is like base 60. And the Tangrowth. Yeah, this, no, base 50, okay. And yeah, Clef is the same. So anyway, we see Leftiez just Icy Wind as the Latios, as the, what's it called? The Jirachi is sacked, that makes sense. As, well, actually, I don't know, I guess, I don't know, I feel like Jirachi had a lot of value, but, I guess he felt like he wouldn't want to, like, try to luck through that Tangrowth, so I guess he's favoring the option of healing up his Clefable on a slower Tang. Let's just actually look at the Giga Drains, because I completely forgot what's faster. We see Tangrowth used. Clefable is faster than a Tangrowth, so yeah, yeah, that, so I guess this Clefable, the thing is it's lacking leftovers, and I feel like Tangrowth is honestly the best win con Hiye has at this moment. Obviously, he wants to keep his Clefable around to handle that Tangrowth. I see what he's trying to do here then. He really wants to maintain the Tangrowth plus Clefable, because Clefable beats Leftiez Tangrowth and Tangrowth beats everything else. So Leftiez actually pulls a switch into his Tangrowth right here and dies to a Draco Meteor. Oh my god. I don't really see what's gonna save him. Actually, I don't know, could he win with Keldeo against this Tangrowth? I guess. He does U-turn right there into his Keldeo. Out's gonna come to Tangrowth. This Clefable is now useless. So, I don't know, I guess Hiye either didn't roost. I don't know why he didn't roost, honestly. Yeah, honestly, actually, I think Leftiez might be able to win with the combination of Icy Wind plus Lando. Holy shit! That is so strong! Holy fuck! Jesus Christ, and he hits, so yeah, there's the game, man. That Endeavor Diancie actually just saved him. And that Keldeo was really, really strong. Oh my god. That is insane. So only if Hiye just roosted on that Keldeo's switch to Tangrowth and then Draco Meteor, this could have been a completely different game. But Leftiez is able to pull out. I think he could have had a more secure victory if he maintained his Gengar, maintained his Jirachi, but obviously at that time I didn't know that he had Endeavor Diancie, so I guess Leftiez didn't feel as threatened by Hiye's Mons as I did from his position. But yeah, basically Leftiez takes this. Yeah, that's going to be game 1, and I'll be right back with game 2. Alright guys, we're back for game 2. Sorry I accidentally missed that they started, but we see that this Landorus is actually sub, and we see that, yeah, it's sub-toxic Landorus. We see that the T-Tar used superpower on the Heatran as it switched to Clefable. Clefable reveals a knockoff. It might actually be, actually it might just be knockoff Calm Mind, because Heatran is probably, actually no, Heatran might actually be Scarf, knowing Leftiez, especially since I didn't see it take Leftovers Recovery, so this might be Rock's Clefable right here, and Hiye does actually, yeah, it is Rock's Clefable, so I actually think that's Scarf Heatran, and so probably Specs Keldeo, Scarf Lando, AV Tangrowth, definitely. Oh, it's actually oh yeah, I forgot. This is subtoxic, right? So it might be Scarf Keldeo in that case, but actually no, it's Scarf Trans. So yeah, Specs Keld and a Mega Metagross, perhaps Pursuit. Honestly, support for Keldeo, or maybe just like dual punch kind of thing. We see this Serb come in on this Lando T, Leaf Storm away at sub as it's taking toxic damage, which was put out early in the game. Man, they're playing fast. In comes the Heatran on a Synthesis. Nice synthesis superior. I haven't seen anyone else other than me use that, really, to be completely honest. We see a Lava Plume. Yeah, this is a Scarf trend. Leftiez likes to run Scarf Lava Plume. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I got destroyed by that last OLT. Although I still won that game. Anyway, we see the Pursuit on the Heat trend to a solid 43%. That doesn't look like banded damage for sure. Maybe Scarf, as we see the Slowbro come in on that Keldeo, and he gets the burn on this Slowbro, so that's definitely going to be great for Leftiez right here. It's especially going to help out his Mega Metagross. Assuming the thing is Thunder Punch, I feel like it has potential to break through Hiye's team. Clefable comes back out as the Excadrill comes in on it, and Leftiez just uses Moonblast. Honestly, I guess he just wants to get damage on it over time. We see Hiye pull a double switch into a Zapdos, predicting either the Lando or the Tang, I guess, and he just discharges the Tang and gets knocked off. I'm not sure, honestly, what would he do against Tangrowth, to be completely honest. I'm not really sure, but he does get that paralysis, and oh, there's the full para. So yeah, this paralysis is definitely going to be annoying. Paralysis is just so boring. Jesus Christ. There we get a crit on that Tangrowth. That's pretty annoying, but he still lives, and we see Leftiez pull a double into his Keldeo. This thing's gonna fire off a really strong Hydro Pump, and holy shit, that did a ton. And because of Toxic, the Serperior isn't gonna be able to recover all of it off. So the next time it comes in, it's definitely gonna be weaker. He actually Leaf Storms on a Transwitch, which lives. So now this thing is practically dead. It's still barely alive though, and Leftiez just fires off a Lava Plume. Does he get the burn? Does not. Fires off a second one. Does he get the burn? He does not, and this Tran is down and out. So now that thing's gone, the Serperior is looking slightly dangerous, except it's at 10% health and Toxic. So I feel like Leftiez can manage it, but he still is going to be annoyed by he can at least get 2 turns with that Serperior if he brings it in at the right time. So I feel like it could still be an annoying threat. But this Lando T is looking really, really dangerous, because that Serperior is practically dead, and it was literally the only thing holding Hiye together versus this Lando. So oh man, yuck. Oh man, he just tossed that away in the garbage can. Jesus. First of all, SmackDown Subtoxic is just so bad. Oh my god. I get the idea that you're not just sitting there versus Skarmory, but even if all they need is two ground immunes and you're just stuck there, I guess it works much better. First of all, SmackDown without Substitute is just absolutely horrid. I can see it as being passable with Substitute, but honestly I feel like Knockoff is just so much more consistent. Second of all, I don't really agree with him using that on the Tyranitar. I felt like it was just best to just EQ, but I guess he was worried about that Zapdos, and he actually takes a crunch from that Tangrowth, but it does just scout what he's going to lock himself into, so he can soft boiled up with his Clefable. Does not get paralyzed. This thing is looking very, very threatening though. Both Lando's weakened, both Tangrowth is weakened, and he pulls a switch hard into Tang. I really don't agree with just taking that damage just so you can, I guess you can waste another Sand turn. I guess that's necessary, but I mean, I feel like you could have also just gone straight into Lando and then into Tangrowth, and that way you would have maintained your health. But I guess this way he gets a little more offensive pressure with this Keldeo. This Keldeo is looking dangerous because that Slowbro is burned, and it really just doesn't enjoy taking Specs Hydro Pumps when it's burned. I think it still can though, and honestly, he only has 7 pumps left. If Slowbro can waste enough pumps, Leftiez won't be able to really sweep Hiye's team with it. And Hiye, of course, does have his Excadrill, his T-Tar to threaten this, revenge this, and Leftiez can miss. So, and other than that, I really don't see how Leftiez plans to break Hiye's team. I think Metagross still has potential, but it's not really that solid. I guess Specs Hydro Pump does 2 KO Slowbro on the switch, because he actually just sacks Clefable in order to get a free switch into Slowbro. Honestly, if I were Hiye, I would have switched into Slowbro once, and then if it does way too much, then I would switch out to Clefable, force him to hit 3 Hydro Pumps, and also waste an extra Hydro Pump. then go back into Slowbro, and if it did like over 50% health, he'd be at around 70 right now, and he can very easily just regenerate that off, slack that off. He doesn't even Scald right there. I guess he's really worried about that Keldeo, and because of how much progress Leftiez just made that turn, oh, it is Mega Slowbro. That's maybe why. Oh, it's Fire Blast. Holy shit. My god. So, the thing is, this Keldeo is suddenly looking a lot more dangerous, and this Metagross is definitely out for the count, but this Drill is looking really scary, and this is why I feel like he maybe should not have gone into Tang and then into Lando, rather into Lando than into Tang. Although, obviously, he wouldn't have gotten that kill, but at least this, like, he's at, let's see, he'd be at plus 33 minus 12. He'd be at, like, 30, like, 29% health, like, he needs to, like, regenerate that Tangrowth twice just so he can take one Iron Head from the Drill and not even KO back, so yeah, I feel like Drill is very ready to just clean this game up, honestly. We see the T-Tar come out on the Metagross. It's just gonna crunch, I guess, and I feel like this, he actually does save his, honestly, I think Pursuit would have been better, honestly, like, why give that Metagross the potential sack? And yes, we see Leftiez make a very nice play right there to get that extra regenerator. That's a very smart play. I definitely feel like Pursuit was actually better on Hiye's end. He just stopped that Metagross from becoming a sack, and that just prevents Leftiez from doing what he just did right now, and allows Leftiez to make up for that turn where he just took an extra Iron Head. Oh my god, Leftiez is playing out of his mind to make this back. Holy shit, there we go. I think Leftiez might have just recovered this game. It was looking really bleak earlier, but I feel like he just came back with those aggressive plays, and that mistake I made of not pursuing. I feel like Pursuit was definitely the most, like, safe play, honestly. Like, I know I said crunch at the very beginning, I just wasn't thinking about the implications of what would happen if Metagross switched. Alright, so sorry about that. We see nothing has happened quite yet. Hiye is considering what he should do at this point. The thing, how much does Tangrowth do to that Drill? It's gonna come in at how much? It says 43, so it'll actually come in around like 60 or something like that, so a little more than 60. I think that's pre-regen health, so I feel like this thing if it can take 2 hits from that Drill, it's gonna be able to beat it. And what would I do if I were Hiye right here to make this back? I feel like Leftiez would go to his Clefable, because he honestly has like little reason not to. I feel like what could he do? Does T-Tar? No, he needs the sand. See, the thing is, he only has. See, look, if Leftiez pulls a switch into his Clefable and Hiye doubles into his Drill, and Hiye Iron Heads kills the Clefable, Leftiez goes into Tank. Let's see, we'd be at 4 turns, 3 turns, and then the Tangrowth would Giga Drain the T-Tar, and the T-Tar, if Hiye switched, and if Hiye didn't switch, the Tangrowth would beat the Extra Drill 1v1, and if he switched to his T-Tar, he'd lose the sand. He wouldn't be able to reset any more sand turns, and then Keldeo would be able to win. So yeah, he actually goes to his Tangrowth on a superpower. I mean, how much health is he going to be at? 33. Okay, so he's going to be at like 50% health when this Tangrowth comes back in. He's going to see, yeah, he does go to his Clefable. Honestly, like, I feel like Harding Clefable just lost nothing. I felt like it was just the best play. But, because I mean, if he uses Stone Edge, then, if Hiye used Stone Edge, then he can just go back to Keldeo and win with that plus Tangrowth. And because he'd get a kill on either T-Tar or Drill, and then he wins Tangrowth beats 1. And now he's just let his Tangrowth take a little extra damage, and I mean, I still think he wins, but I feel like he just had a guaranteed win by switching to Clefable, because whatever Hiye does, he's just gonna get the upper end of the situation. Yeah, I feel like this is one of those situations again. Like, I remember he actually goes to, what is he trying to do? Oh, there's an SD. Ooh, that looks dangerous now. Oh, I completely was not thinking about SD. That looks dangerous, yeah. Ew, that looks dangerous. I guess Leftiez was considering SD, and that's why he pulled a double. That's sorry, not a double, but that's why he pulled a switch in Tangrowth in case Hiye doubled into his Excadrill. But I don't know. Maybe he could have also. He actually goes to his Keldeo and lets that go, and he's keeping his Clefable. I honestly would have expected he would sack. Sorry, he keeps. Yeah, I honestly thought he would sack Lefable and not Keldeo, but that just KOs. So yeah, this game is over. Hiye's gonna find a way back, and yeah, man, it's over. I mean, I feel like what could maybe he could have stayed in with Keldeo. If he just stays in with Keldeo, the only way he gets into a worse position than if he switched was if he I didn't send Clef. He would he wins on T-Tar because I thought he would double on Exca. But if he just stayed in with Keldeo, took a superpower to the face, that means he can just go to Tangrowth and just Giga Drain, and I feel like he just wins with that. Like if T-Tar locks himself into how much does Giga Drain do? Tangrowth, are you Assault Vest? It's not gonna have max special attack, but Excadrill. And remove the special attack. Careful. Yeah, that's a 2-hit KO, so... Or, like, very, very likely 2-hit KO. So I feel like he could have just actually stayed in with Keldeo, took the superpower, and then just gone to Tangrowth and just Giga Trained, and just won with that, plus... Yeah, I feel like that was just a perfectly fine way to win, but, I guess... Yeah... Yeah, I feel like Leftiez kind of could have just stayed in with Keld. Like, I was thinking Clef, switching to Clef had no losses. I completely wasn't thinking about SD on Drill, which Clef allows. But if he just stayed in with Keldeo, Hiye just wouldn't get the opportunity to do that, because Keldeo's only going to die to a superpower, and then Tang just comes out and gets a kill, and gets health, while Hiye is put into an awkward position versus the Tangrowth, and he doesn't give the Excadrill a turn to SD. I don't know. I guess he wanted to keep Keldeo for the Drill outside of Sand if it was SD, but I mean, it just didn't work out, so... Anyway, we're going on to Game 3. Leftiez, oh my god, wonderful. This is actually beautiful. You'll see why. Check out, yeah, I'm not going to say anything right now, but anyway, Leftiez is going to be using Mega Scizor Crawdaunt, and Hiye is going to be using Manectric Mandibuzz Shiny Hippowdon on Holo. Like, I honestly don't know what to say about Hiye's team, but it looks like Mandibuzz actually plays a pretty significant role on it, and Mandibuzz is pretty surprisingly good. He does look very, very weak to Rotom Wash, though, which is why I think that Jirachi might be subtoxic, because he just, or Focus Blast Keldeo, or both, because he just looks really annoyed by that Rotom Wash. We see the Alomomola lead out on a Latios. Knowing Leftiez, this might actually be choice specs, but he does just protect on most likely a Draco Meteor, and he does have a Jirachi, but if it's not like bulky, he doesn't want to take a Specs Draco, or even just a Life Orb Draco. It just, I mean, the thing is, Subtoxic does have Bulkin left over, so it's not like switching a Scarf Jirachi into a Latios, but a Subtoxic Jirachi is completely hardwalled by Heatran, and yeah, honestly, like, Rotom Wash just looks really annoying, and even if he misses Draco, you probably throw out a Toxic. He actually wishes, so I guess he just wanted to, I kind of disagree with that, honestly. I feel like Alomomola does live a Specs Latios. That's Calc Latios. Yeah, let's make this Specs. And Calc versus Alomomola. As, yeah, that's living a Specs Latios Draco Meteor, but at the same time, like, I don't know, like, I feel like Wish just doesn't gain him anything. Lefty is probably... What does he do, though? Because this Aloe can now stay in, and Toxic, or Scald on a potential steal, I guess, but I feel like Toxic was, safe. And that miss definitely annoyed Oh, he actually does pull the switch into Heatran. Wow, that's nice. Um, as High misses, but obviously that didn't matter. We see Mandibuzz come out on that train, which just uses rocks, and it's faster than Mandibuzz and taunts it as we see a knockoff on that Heatran. That knockoff is actually really, really big, because he can wear down that Tran much, much faster, and I feel like Jirachi just becomes so much more threatening. Then again, he does need flinches, he really does. And Lando can definitely force it out throughout the game. Obviously, though, if he lets Lando die too quickly, then that Manectric is just going to put in a ton of work. Hiye does have a Keldeo for that Crawdont, but it's only a really one-time switch in, and I guess he also has Mola, but really nothing wants to take a CB knockoff on his team. We see Hippowdon come in on this trend, which just goes his Lava Plume. Does get the burn, so there's some relief for Lefties right there. This Hippo is practically useless right now. It's actually, I wouldn't go that far to say it's practically useless. I mean, does he just EQ? Oh, Lefties caught him on the rocks. That's actually gonna go. That's really, really good for Lefties. Now this Hippowdon is actually useless. What could he have done? Does Hippowdon live? I can understand that Rocks play from Hiye, and I can definitely get behind Lefty's play. It obviously worked out really, really well, and I just feel like it was a little risky, but sometimes you need to risk things to win games. So yeah, so this thing is just, this Tran is actually going to be really, really annoying for Hiye. I actually see him pull a switch into Mola on the Tran. I feel like Keldeo is a better answer to Tran, but obviously he doesn't want to take a, man, throw out a Toxic! What the hell? Like, man, like, this is like, man, I really don't get it. Like, Hiye is just, like, so passively using Wish. I feel like he really needs to put the pressure on Lefties' team, rather than just like being so passive, because Lefties has more pressure on Hiye's team, and he's simply just going to win out in long term. We see the Scizor come in on that Mola. The thing is, I don't really think Lefties can actually avoid. She should have just gone to Tran. Honestly, I feel like there's no good reason to want to have Scizor in on a Mola. There's no good reason for you to risk Scald Burn so early in the game. I can get behind doing it in a late game situation where Scizor wins if it gets past Mola without getting burned. But honestly, I feel like there's like such little reason to do that right here. But he can just turn out into Rotom Wash, I guess. I highly doubt Hiye will use Scald and Toxic, and honestly, seeing the way he plays, he might even just... Oh my god, Lefties is actually going for it. I don't really agree with this series of plays. Oh, there's a U-turn, so I guess he gets the momentum right there. He is actually slower than that. Actually, no. That was before Mega, so he may not actually be slower. We see the Latios... There we go. There we go. We do see leftovers on the Jirachi, so it may... Oh, it is U-turn. Yuck. I mean... I don't agree with... I really disagree with him not getting off the Toxic on that Rotom Wash if his Jirachi itself did not have Toxic. I feel like that was just a really bad play. But this U-turn is obviously going to help him out a ton versus his Crawdont. I'm thinking this Crawdont, this Choice Banded, it could be SD, I guess. He does just go to a Mola on a knockoff. I disagree with that play for sure. There really was no reason to do that. He's obviously going to use knockoff. And you're obviously going to have to switch to something else if you want to save your Mola. So I just feel like there was no reason to do that rather than going hard into Mandibuzz. No one is not going to use knockoff right there. So we do see Hiye get off the defog with his Mandibuzz, but this Tran is back in. It just uses Taunt on a Roost. Yeah, I don't know what Hiye is doing, like, because he wants to try to recover this up on Rocks, but I feel like he could have just gone hard into Keld right there. I don't know, this is like, man, this is like, Lefties is just dominating this game. This Heatran just completely destroys, this Rotom completely destroys, this Crawdont is going to, oh my god, that was, oh my god, is that a fast Rotom? I mean, that has to be a fast Rotom. There's no way it takes that much from a Secret Sword if it's not max defense. Yeah, that's definitely a fast Rotom, which makes sense because he is weak to Bisharp and stuff. Why is he not going into your Latios? Go into your... yeah, that also works too. I feel like he could have just gone straight into that. I feel like Lando was trying to predict a double switch. Um, a double switch to what? Maybe Jirachi. I feel like that's what he was predicting, I guess. We do see U-turn on the Hippo switch and not gonna let this thing get up rocks, which is smart on Lefty's end because that really relieves a lot of the pressure that it really makes High forced to not be able to play passively. When he has that rocks, it gives High a little more freedom to be passive as he wishes to be. But yeah, I guess, yeah, I mean, Hippowdon does not beat Scizor. For first of all, like last month, the best he can do is Whirlwind, and then last month Scizor will win anyway. So this Scizor does look. I mean, it's not that threatening because he has Manectric, Keldeo, and I guess Mola Scald Burns too. But it just seems like it could get out of hand. We actually see Crawdon coming on this Hippowdon. I guess that's good because it ensures that he'll get a kill, but it also makes him take 2 turns of sand. I guess rocks aren't going up, so that's not a problem at all, honestly. So yeah, that's perfectly fine. It does let the Manectric come in, which is considerably non-ideal. I could very easily see High using Thunderbolt right because of the Heatran. Does he actually? Oh man, like HP Ice is just so obvious there. Like I really would have loved to see a Thunderbolt, but like, cause Lefties is just not going to go into his Lando T on a Manectric that turn. He just absolutely isn't. So that's why I would have loved to see a Thunderbolt, or just a Volt Switch, honestly. But oh man, this Keldeo gets burned, and this is looking really over for yeah, this looks over. And like, cause Manectric could win only if the Lando is dead. Obviously, Lefties is not going to risk his Lando. And now this just like Scizor kind of just destroys, Keldeo kind of just destroys, Rotom also just still destroys. Like he pulls a double in predicting the Latios. I guess that works out for him, but I don't really even see the strategy as a potential win con. All it did was like, what did he accomplish? You see what I'm saying right there? He literally just accomplished a 3% on Heatran. And if he wants to switch to something other than Keldeo, he can, but that's all he accomplished. And, like, I just don't like High's team. I, honest to God, just don't like it. Yeah, and really I would have liked to see the Thunderbolt on that Heatran the turn earlier. As we see, now the Manectric has to be the mode of killing Heatran. And I just don't think HP Ice was the best play right there, since considering he was so far behind. He does actually go into Lando T. I really disagree with that play, because it's almost like, I really disagree with that play. Sure, it looks flashy, sure it preserves Heatran, but I feel like it was just so unnecessary and so risky. Like, I guess he has a Crawdon that'll never die by itself, but like, it just seems so unnecessarily risky. He even has a Latios, like, just sitting right there, so I feel like if High just had the balls to recognize that he's just so far behind, he's going to lose this game, he needs to make a play, so he uses HP Ice on the Heatran, and if that worked out, it just would have made the game, like, so much more winnable. And now it just seems like, oh my god, it's over. That is, yeah, CB Cron is so fucking strong. Yeah, my god. Yeah, I really just disagree with both plays right there. I really disagree with switching into Lando, and I really disagree with T-bolting. High is just so far lost. Like, their only play is to make a desperate move, hoping that Lefties chokes. Like, I don't know, I guess even going to Lando is not a choke, because Lefties definitely does not auto-lose to Manectric. He has that Latios sitting right there, that Crawdon sitting right there, but I just feel it was so unnecessarily risky. Like, he obviously had yeah, this was like a dominating victory. I just felt it could have been even more secure than it was. But yeah, that's going to be the game. Hope you guys enjoyed this series. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys later.